Hey, what's up? I'm Congilio, and welcome to my third installment in my True Fire blog. This is where I'm focusing on excerpts of my upcoming course, 50 Blues Rhythms You Must Know. Now what we're doing is kind of building on the examples that we were working on in videos number 1 and 2, and we just keep adding new chord inversions to 12-bar blues changes. But we're also doing, some different feels and rhythm patterns, and even throwing some riffs in here and there to make the 12-bar maybe not so boring and give you some options when you're on the blues gig. We're still in the key of A. Again, it's a 12-bar blues. A7, D7, E7 are our chords that we'll be using. And this is a funky kind of example with some picking, and we haven't really done a swung 16th note rhythm yet, so this is a good example. So let's give it a shot, and then I'll explain it. A 1, 2, 3, 4. What we learned in video number 2 was this inversion right here, which I would normally call maybe A7/E, but in my world it's always A7, just because it's easier to think in those terms. The reason it's A7/E is because the E is the lowest note in the chord here on the 5th string, 7th fret, and our notes in this shape are E, A, C sharp, and G. That makes up the A7 sound. And we're using this sort of one hand up. That's kind of motivating the whole rhythm. What you can do is take your right hand, do one of two things, or you can do what I call a scratch. Whatever works for the song and the musical situation at the time is what you want to do. After we play that riff or that chord, we're going to play this little major sounding, almost what they call bubble picking in the funk guitar world. And that's just A, F sharp, E, A. But I'm muting it with my right hand. It's nice if you have that little Fender slappy reverb. Anything like that works kind of well. It's cool because it's kind of like a little call and response. That kind of idea. What we're going to do then after we go through 4 bars of that is we go to the 4 chord, which is our D7. We're used to maybe playing this D7 bar, but what I've done is taken it a step further, and we're now putting the flat 7 C on top, followed by F sharp, C again, and then A, or if we're doing from the bottom, A, C, F sharp, C again. So there's really no D in this chord. And I love that because we can let other instruments take those root notes and play something kind of nice up on these higher strings. We're going to play the same riff up a string set, so your fingers move the same way, which is a great way to kind of think about guitar when you're first learning. But the notes are D, B, A, D, D. Back. Then you play the 5 chord, E7. Again, it's the same shape as our D7. No E in the chord though. We're going to be playing the notes B, D, G sharp, and D again. There's our riff again, a whole step up, same fingering. E7, So you can see how putting all these little ideas together makes for an interesting blues rhythm, and the idea of this sort of educational path that I've created is that I want to create examples that are memorable but also connect to previous ones, because hopefully you don't forget this. This is the new idea today. And then the riff just makes it fun. You can play that in any kind of funky blues rock situation, or maybe like a smooth jazz thing if you're playing maybe an Al Jarreau or Bill Withers kind of song. That stuff works perfectly. Even if you wanted to put your own spin on something like, I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees, that kind of idea. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. See what I mean? So take a standard and put this kind of funky blues thing to it. Okay, enough yapping. I'll play it one more time. Stay tuned for the next example. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, There you have it. There's your blues rhythm for today. Stay tuned. Number 4 will be coming at you just as soon as we get back from what we got to do in the studio. Okay, I'm Congilio for True Fire. 50 blues rhythms you must know, coming soon. Stay tuned. Thanks again.